Sri Guru Charan Kamala. It's very nice bhajan, Sri Guru Charan Kamala. You got the tune. Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman. Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman.
Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhajaman.
Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhan Bal, Bhajaman Bhajan Ukshan. Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman.
Guru Charana Kamala Guru Charana Kamala
Milta nahi aisi durlabh janam, Brahma Ruchoda Bhuvan. किसी को मिलता है अहो भाग्य से हरि भक्तों के दर्शन।
किसी को मिलता है अहो भाग्य से हरि भक्तों के दर्शन।
गुरु चरण कमला भजमान, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman,
Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman.
Krishna Kripa Ki Ananda Murati Dinajan Karuna Nidan. Bhakti Bhava Prem Tino Prakashata Sri Guru Patita Pavan.
Bhakti Bhava Prem Tino Prakashata Sri Guru Patita Pavan.
Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman. Shruti Smriti aur Purana Namahi Kino Spasta Praman.
Shruti Smriti aur Purana Namahi Kino Spasta Praman.
Hanuman Jivan Guru Pade Arpan Shri Hari Nama Ratan. Guru Charana Kamala Rajaman. Guru Charana Kamala Rajaman. Guru Charana Kamala Rajaman. Guru Charana Kamala Rajaman. Srila Prabhupada ki. Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman. I worship the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhan Bal. We're all trying to perform some sadhana. But without the mercy of spiritual master, our sadhana has no bal, no strength. Because to advance in bhakti, first of all, we need the mercy of the spiritual master. As I translated in one book, Madhurya Kadambini by Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur, a great acharya in our Gaudiya line, he explains that he quotes one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhakta. Bhakti is only born from bhakti. And he said, only the bhakt can give you bhakti. Is it even Krishna himself is not giving? Because if Krishna was the giver of bhakti, then we'll have to criticize him. He's giving to some and not giving to other. Just like several years ago, there was one fellow in England, Stephen Hawking, and he wrote so many books how this Bhagwan is a useless thing, no bhakti. And you could all be home watching TV, watching cricket or something, but you've come here tonight because you have bhakti. You want to hear about Krishna. So he's giving to some and he's not giving to other. But we know Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. I'm equal to everyone. So he's not the giver of bhakti, otherwise we'll criticize. He's partial. He's giving to somebody, not giving to other. But the devotee, right? In fact, right now we're studying in Srimad Bhagavatam here in Juhu. His natural description, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, is partial. He worships the Lord. He makes friends with the devotees. He tries to help the innocent, and he avoids the atheists. His nature itself is partial. So if devotee will give you bhakti, if he will give mercy on you, then you will get Krishna's mercy. Because Krishna, he's swabhakta vashyata. He's under the control of his devotee. Whoever a devotee will give mercy to, then Krishna will come behind and give mercy. So we want to get the mercy of the devotee, especially this nice devotee spiritual master. Bhajaman Bhaja Anukshan. We should worship him at every second. Anukshan, every second. So this is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. We have a little faith. We hear from the devotees about Krishna. Then we begin to come and hear more. We begin to follow the practices. We learn the rules and regulations. Then gradually, Madhurya Kadambini takes us all the way from the beginning stage all the way up to Prem. The end is Prem, pure love of Godhead. But it all starts from associating with the Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadati Swaparandikam. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpatrubhyasta kripa sindhu vacha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So I was remembering a pastime of Srila Prabhupada that I haven't told for some time. Because way back in the early 70s, after Prabhupada had gotten few temples in the West, he brought a whole bunch of us dancing white elephants. I wasn't fortunate enough to come, but he wanted to bring his dancing white elephants to India. So he brought about 100 devotees. And they were traveling with Prabhupada all around. And every day he would get another invitation and he'd go to another place. And then another invitation would come, he'd go to another place. And you may all remember, or you've seen the pictures, Prabhupada was invited to Surat in Gujarat. And the people there, they're naturally Krishna bhakts. Jai Sri Krishna, that's their motto. So they put saris from one building to the other building to shade the devotees. They gave the devotees so many marigold garlands, they were disappearing. If you've seen the picture in the Leelamrit, you see the devotees there, their faces up to the nose with garlands. So one of the devotees who came along with that group, she was quite young. She was like maybe 16, 17 years old. She was quite young. Her name was Kausalya. And she was here, maybe it was the 25th anniversary, I can't remember which anniversary. They brought her here for Juhu's 25th anniversary because she was one of the devotees in the beginning. So she told this very wonderful story. They went to Surat and they had that incredible Sankirtan procession through the streets. Everybody was so receptive. And then they had some invitation to the villages nearby. Now in the city, there's so many distractions. There's bars, restaurants, movie theaters, so many things. But in the village at night, the only thing to do is to sit and listen to the grass grow. So all the villagers from all around, they came. And every night there was 60, 70,000 people in this big pandal program. And at that time, Prabhupada was teaching us the Isopanishad mantras. Om Purnam Marat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. I believe there's like 16 or 17 verses. So every day he would teach, we would chant all the mantras that we knew, then he would teach us one more, and then he would, after teaching that, he'd go back to wherever he left off in the lecture, and every day he would lecture like that. So Kausalya, she was a young girl, she wanted to get some attention from Prabhupada, natural, So she came prancing up to Prabhupada and said, "Oh Prabhupada, I know whole Isopanishad by heart." And Prabhupada said, "That's nice." Anyway, she got some attention from Prabhupada. So that night, Prabhupada was lecturing in Hindi. Suddenly he stopped his Hindi and he said, "And I have got one lady disciple. She can chant whole Isopanishad by heart." And Kausalya went, oh my God, why did I ever tell him? And then Prabhupada announced in Hindi that my female disciple is going to chant whole Upanishad mantra by heart. And Prabhupada looked at her, and she went up to the microphone, and she looked 80,000 people in this pandal. She just shut her eyes, and she started singing, Isha Vashamidam Sarvam Jat Kincha Jagatam Jagat Tena Tatena Bunjitaha Magritaha Kasasviddanam. She went through whole Upanishad. Somehow or other, all the 17 verses. And then Prabhupada, he called her over. And just like a grandfather with a granddaughter, he pulled her over the edge of his Vyasasan into his lap. And he was rubbing her back like this, that she pulled it off. Just imagine. Such mercy. See the Prabhupada ki. So just near Dandegam, there's a very interesting place called Ter Kadamba. Actually, Ter is Brijvasa, means to call, Bulana. So there's many Kadamba trees there, and Krishna would climb in that tree, and he would call different classes of devotees. We'll hear all about it. Because in the beginning, Krishna was Vatsapal. Only later he became Gopal, taking care of the cows. And taking care of the calves means that's near the village. But to take care of the cows, he had to go far away from the village. So this place, Ter Kadamba, was one of his favorite places for herding the cows. It's a little far from Dandegam. So that was one of his favorite places for cow herding. So he would go there, and all his friends would come, and he would see that some of the friends are missing. So Krishna would climb up in the Kadamba tree, and Krishna has a special mobile. Just like you all have your mobiles with numbers from 0 to 9. So Krishna also has a special mobile phone, only zeros. And Krishna is our only hero. So he would play on his mobile phone and call all the cowherd boys who weren't there. Sridham, Madhumangal, come on to the forest, make some arrangement for play. And even Ter Kadamba has learned Russian. So many Russian devotees are coming these days. And because those boys who hadn't come yet, they would call out, Idu, Idu, I'm coming. Even Ter Kadamba learned some Russian. So all the cowherd boys would come. And very nice kunjas are there. If you go there, you'll see very nice kunj, and there's a little shrine of, he takes Krishna Balaram out of the temple, and he has a little shrine there, just under the trees of Krishna and Balaram. Because you may ask, what is a kunj? Just like here in Bombay, when I look up my window in the guest house, I see all these tall trees going straight up and up and up like that. And in Braj, our trees, they try to grow straight, but they're melting in Krishna Prem. So they again come down. So when he goes up and comes down like that, it makes a special, like a room. And because the branches have come low, the little creepers crawl up. And when the breeze blows, they have beautiful scented flowers. And the fragrance comes blowing into the kunj. And we're very happy if we have a nice wall-to-wall carpet in our apartment. But our wall-to-wall carpet is just some plastic synthetic fiber. In Krishna's kunj, the gopikas, before Radha and Krishna come, sometimes they put down Madhavi flowers, sometimes Malati flowers, sometimes Madhumalati flowers, sometimes Boga flowers, sometimes jasmine flowers, sometimes lotus petals. This is the wall-to-wall carpet that Krishna has in his kunj. So there's beautiful kunj there. Especially there's a tree called Dungir. He really likes to just come down. Sometimes you'll see them just lying on their shoulder, on their elbow like this, meditating on Krishna's pastimes. Very, very special tree. So in the Dungir, and actually we would all be in different kunjas, but Baba has made 108 pillars with all beams coming in between. So we're all in one big kunj, and Krishna and Balaram are there. So all the cowherd boys come, and some are sitting in the kunj and chanting. There's also a nice kun there, Ter Kadamba kun. So some are swimming. There's nice sand there. Some are dancing in the sand, like that. All the cowherd boys having a good time. So right about noon, all the cowherd boys become hungry. So they all come back to the kunj because they hung all their lunch bags in the kunj, because this is Krishna's fridge. Because the trees, when water evaporates from the leaves, it causes a cooling effect. In fact, one large tree is as good as 50 air conditioners. So they all hang their lunch bags in the tree like that. That's their fridge. So they all come and get their lunch bags, but they look around and Krishna's not there. They can't eat without Krishna. So they don't have any mobile phone, but they have their own echo sound voice. So they call out, "Oh Krishna!
Krishna! Oh Krishna!
Come here quickly!
Come here quickly!
We're all hungry!"
We are hungry!
And Krishna calls out, "Idu, Idu, I'm coming." So Krishna comes there, and then he sits down amongst all the cowherd boys, and all the cowherd boys are sitting around him. And most amazing thing happens. It doesn't matter whether they're in the front, on the side, on the back, wherever they're sitting, they all see that Krishna is looking at them and no one else. Whether they're behind, side, this side, that side, wherever they are, they see Krishna staring at them, looking at them. And then they take out their lunch bags. Some cowherd boys just put it on their thigh like that. They all have like nice leaf plates, not these plastic plates that pollute the whole of Braj, but they have nice leaf plates or banana leaves. And some put it on their lap, some just on the ground, some on the rock. In this way, they're all enjoying their lunch. And Madhamangal, he comes, he takes a bite of his laddu, and he hands it to Krishna. He said, "Oh, just see what nice laddu my Maya made." And Krishna, he takes a bite of that laddu. He said, "Oh, your mother, very nice laddu maker." So do we learn that from the devotees, that we bite our laddu and we hand it to a friend? Do we learn that in Bhakta class? But this is Braja Prem. This is Braja Prem. Even Brahmaji became bewildered when he saw the cowherd boys. That they're taking bite and handing to Krishna, and Krishna's taking bite. If we found the pujari eating the Mangalarti sweets before Mangalarti, we'll take a stick and chase him out of the temple. But the cowherd boys, they just love, they don't know that Krishna is God. In Vaikuntha, everybody's worshipping with great awe and reverence. But that awe and reverence it's impediment to pure love. So Krishna has a special Yogamaya, just like Mahamaya takes us away from Krishna. Yogamaya brings us close, so that awe and reverence, oh, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, billions of universes are coming from his pores, and they're all being destroyed by him. They just think Krishna is just our friend. He's just like me. He's a little boy just like me. They just love Krishna. This more intimate. So Krishna expands his yoga maya potency. This Braja Prem is very difficult to understand. Even Brahmaji, we know he got bewildered. Huh? He stole all the cowboys and calves to test. Is this really Bhagwan or is this some Gwalka Banahui Bhagwan? So the cowherd boys, Krishna takes a bite. He says, "Oh, Mother Mango, your mother very nice laddu maker." But previously Krishna was herding the calves and he was near the village. Now he's far away. And although he had his lunch, he's only half full. Because without butter, he cannot be fully satisfied. But butter's not in the forest. Butter is in the village. Every day the gopis are churning the butter. Prrr, prrr, prrr. And they're hoping, oh, Krishna will come and take our butter. He's not actually stealing. They want Krishna to come. They're churning every day with this desire. But now he's far in the forest. There's no butter. So Krishna climbs in that Kadamba tree and he plays on his mobile phone. Oh, Chitra, Champaka, Induleka, Tungavidya, Lalita, Visakha, please bring some butter here in the forest. We need some delivery quick. Like Blink. We want Blinkit. So the gopis, they have, in their hearts, they have prem sim, So they hear Krishna calling. So they all come running to the forest with their butter. But Krishna is somewhere in the forest, they can't see him. And they're looking, they have their saris pulled over their head and they're looking like this, like Banki Bihari Darshan. Finally, they can't see him. He's hiding in the forest somewhere. So they all open up their saris, and with their own echo sound voice, they get, "Oh Krishna!
Oh Krishna!
We brought some butter!
We brought some butter!
Please come and take it!
Please come and take it!"
And Krishna calls out, "Idu!" So Krishna comes there, but there's no patra to take that butter. There's no cups or leaves, no cups to take this butter. So the Kadamba trees, their leaves, if you see a Kadamba tree, it's leaves just like that, just like a hand, completely flat. But for Krishna, the Kadamba tree made leaves just like dona, just like leaf cups. In fact, still today, if you ask Baba, he's saved a couple of leaf cups that appeared on their own, and he's dried them out. He keeps them inside his bhajan kutir. So if you ask him, Baba will show you Kadamba leaf shaped just like a leaf cup. So then the Kadamba trees produce all these nice leaf cups. So then Krishna takes his butter in the leaf cup, and the Brijvasis say, Kadampat kadona dadapiye sham salona. Kadampat kadona dadapiye sham salona. So in this way, the big fun is there in the forest. And Krishna is taking the butter of the gopis. So then, later in the day, just around 4:30 or so, that time when we do that afternoon arti, in Braj, that time of day is called Goduli. Because that time of day, all the cows come home. And they kick up the dust, and that dust makes a big cloud in the sky. So we call it Goduli. And that's in the afternoon. They all come home to eat and give milk. So about that time, Krishna climbs in the Kadamba tree, and he plays on his flute to call all the Ter, to call all the cows. And all the cows come running. And Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur, he describes, Krishna has a special japa mala. We have our nice tulsi bead mala, but Krishna has 108 jeweled mala. Because he has 108 groups of cows. First of all, there's 4 main groups of cows. The white cows, the yellowish cows, the blackish cows, and the reddish cows. And then those 4 groups have 25 subgroups. 4 times 25, how much, Gopal? 100, yes. Then 8 special groups of cows. Some of them with big spots, some with little spots, some with tilak on the forehead, some with stars on the forehead. There's one mridanga face like a mridanga. That one I still want to see. And then there's another group of cows with face like a lion. I'm not sure I want to see. In this way, there's 108 groups of cows. So Krishna and Nanda Baba altogether, you may have heard, he has 9 lakhs of cows. Almost 1 megabyte. And they all have names according to their colors. Just like the white cows, one cow is called Davali, because Daval means white. But in Braj, the Vishvasis, they don't like sharp letters like V. So they shape it into a U, Doli. And they mix their R's and L's around, like the Japanese, the Japanese cameras go crick, crick. So they don't say Doli, they say Dori. So one of the cow's names is Dori, white cow. Dori and Chandika, Chandrika, Chandani, moonlight, and Motika, pearl, Hamsika, swan. So all the white cows have names like this. Then there's the yellowish cows. Pili, Pitambari, Pingili, Gori, and Gange. How many people have been to Prayag? Almost everybody's been to Prayag. Last year there was Kumbh Mela, and we were distributing 1 lakh of cups, plates, full plates of prasadam every day. So if you go there, you'll see the Ganga is coming from this side, very golden complexion. And Jamuna is coming this side, very deep complexion. And at the Sangam, you can see the waters mixing like this. So in the yellowish cows, we have Gange, Giriraj Suta. Then there's black cows. We say Kali, but the Brishvasis say Kari, and Shamala, Shamangi, Krishnangi, all these nice names like that. And Kalindi, because we just heard Kalindi is very dark color, so she's in the blackish cows. Kalindi, Jamune, these are all the names of the blackish cows. Then there's the reddish cows. Lali, Kumkumi, Sinduri, Aruni. So many beautiful names like Saraswati. We don't see Saraswati River now, but from Shastra we learn she was flowing in with a reddish complexion. So Saraswati, like that. So Krishna with his 108 jewels, first of all, he touches the nose of each leader of one group. And he touches the nose and pulls 1 jewel. And when he sees that all the 108 group leaders have come, then he checks to see if all the cows are come. And he knows all of the 9 lakh cows' their names. If he sees that anyone is missing, then he climbs back up in the Kadamba tree and again gives a tear, gives a call. Now all the cows heard Krishna's flute. They all know they're supposed to come home. But some cows are very clever. They know one more thing. That if they don't come, Krishna will climb in the Kadamba tree and call their name by his own lotus mouth. Can you imagine Krishna calling your name by his own lotus mouth? Huh? Ostoka Krishna, Gopal Bhatta, Chaitanya Leela, Mamsini Saki, Artabandhu, Krish, Nitai Jivan, Shanti Parayan, Shanti Vardhan. You just imagine, Krishna calling your own name with his own lotus mouth. And all the cows, generally their ears are like this. But as soon as Krishna calls their name, whoop, they want to catch all that nectar. And when it rises up to the top, it doesn't overflow from the top. The overflow comes from here. And then those cows, they come running with first their feet backwards and forwards, and then together, then backwards and forwards, and then together. And milk bag is going ka-choon, ka-choon, ka-choon. And all the cows are going, and they all come running to Ter Kadamba to go home with Krishna. So this is a very special place, Ter Kadamba. And government has fixed it all up. They put a nice fence around so that it won't ever be, because many places in Braj, they're lost. People have encroached and taken over all the places. And they made a nice kund there. And just nearby, there's so many Kadamba trees, because these are 5,000 years ago Leela. But the 500 years ago Leela is that Rupa Goswami, he made his bhajan kutir there. Actually, he didn't have a kutir, because Baba will become very angry if you say this is the bhajan kutir Rupa Goswami. It's not like you with AC flat. No, he was underneath the trees. This is bhajan stali, bhajan place, not bhajan kutir, not like you. So he was just living under the trees. And doing his bhajan in this place. And he wrote many, many beautiful books in this place. In fact, Baba told us that this is where what is it? Was divided into. Satyabhama told me, don't take Krishna out of Braj. Lalita Madhav and Vidagdha Madhav. Vidagdha Madhav means the pastime, V for Vrindavan. So Vidagdha Madhav is all about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, and Lalita Madhav is all his pastimes in Dwarka. So we know that it was started in Orissa, because Rupa Goswami was in Satyabhamapur one time. The beautiful, I've been there, beautiful temple of Satyabhama is there. And she came in his dream and told him, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. You make 2 dramas. One of Vrindavan pastimes, one of Dwarka pastimes. So we know he started in Orissa, but Baba told us that he finished writing these dramas in Ter Kadamba. And he wrote many books there. In fact, many scholars believe, and many Vaishnavacharyas believe, this is where Nectar of Devotion was finished, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He doesn't say directly, but at the very end of the book, there's a verse that says, it is the such and such half of such and such month, such and such tithi, and I'm sitting under a Kadamba tree and finishing this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So he just gives a hint. He said, I'm sitting under a Kadamba tree. So many people say that this is where Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was composed. And what would happen was Rupa Goswami, he didn't have an iPad, he had a leaf pad. He was just writing on leaves underneath the trees. And whenever he would write about the separation of Radha and Krishna, then all the leaves on the trees would fall down just like tears, and they would become devoid of leaves. And then when he again write about the union of Radha and Krishna, then fresh little leaves would come, and fresh little sprouts will come, and fresh little buds will come. And no matter what the season, beautiful Kadamba flowers will come. Because Kadamba flowers are not one flower, they're a whole group of flowers. Because in Sanskrit, Kadamba means group, samu, dal. So the whole group of flowers in the shape of a little ball, 100 flowers. And it described Mahaprabhu's complexion is just like Kadamba flower because there's so many flowers, so it's up and down and up and down. When Mahaprabhu's body is filled with goosebumps from chanting the holy name, is up and down and up. And the Kadamba flower is golden in complexion. And inside the flower, there's a little thing like little hairs coming out. So the Kadamba flower is up and down, yet golden complexion like Mahaprabhu, and little hairs standing up like this. So this is Mahaprabhu's complexion. So these beautiful Kadamba trees are there. And so this Rupa Goswami sitting under the Kadamba tree. Trees we see have very, very dull consciousness. But Rupa Goswami was such a magnificent Vaishnava that even the trees were affected. And no matter what the season, because if you want to see the Kadamba flowers, then you have to come in end of May and beginning of June, when the weather's nice and cool, only 45, 50 degrees. Of course, when July comes and there's a nice rain, then again the Kadamba flowers bloom. It's much cooler, but it's very sticky that time. But by the influence of Rupa Goswami, even a dull-witted thing like a tree was influenced, such that when they would hear about Radha and Krishna's separation, they would cry, and when they would hear about the reunion, they would bloom, no matter what the season was. If you're lucky, you come during the season, you'll see he has Krishna and Balaram underneath in the kunj there, with beautiful kadamba garlands that they make every day, and especially there's a big platform, and on which day? Gopashtami, yes. Because Krishna took charge of the cows on Gopashtami day. So in Nandagam, they dress up two boys like Krishna and Balaram, and they parade them around to all the temples in Nandagam. Then they take him up to the main temple, and then right on the back steps of the Darshan Mandap, they sit those two boys there like that, and then underneath the shade there, all the Brahmins come, and they have beautiful, nice kurtas with gold and silver trims and pastel colors, and they have old songbooks with Hindi letters this big, great big Hindi akshar like this, and they sing all these old Gopashtami songs with great joy. They're all in great joy. Then they take Krishna and Balaram on their shoulders, and they all go out to Ter Kadamba. And they sit, these two boys, dressed as Krishna and Balaram, under the Kadamba tree there, in that big platform. And everyone makes their offerings. Everyone brings their sweets or whatever they made at home, and they offer to Krishna and Balaram. And Prabhupada explained that when these boys dress up like Krishna and Balaram, they become Krishna and Balaram. Just like we know, there's deity made of wood, deity made of stone, like our Radha Ras Vihari made of white marble, or deity made of astadhatu, deity made of paper and, oh, that was not paper, that was anyway, now we have deities made of digital lights. So this is deity made of little boy. So we know the deity is not different from Krishna. So these Prabhupada is considered that these boys actually become like Krishna and Balaram. And so right in front of everyone's eyes, Krishna and Balaram are eating their sweets. Did you ever see? Every day we offer to the Lord our bhoga, right? You ever saw Krishna eating? We never saw. We have faith. Prabhupada said you make a nice plate, you put a tulsi leaf on all the preparations, and you say the prayers, and Krishna eats, but we never saw. But there at Ter Kadamba, Krishna and Balaram are eating the sweets. That's the real Mahaprasad right from Krishna's mouth. Everybody goes diving over one another to get some. It's a big fun. And then they sit and sing all these nice Janmashtami songs. And then before it gets, just as the sun is going down, then they all go back to Nandagam. Very interesting to go there on the Gopashtami day and see this wonderful festival there in the forest. And our BIHE, they always do a big festival there for Rupa Goswami's appearance day. And they make a big feast, and we all sit in the kunj taking feasts there with Rupa Goswami. And very special pastime happened with Rupa Goswami. Because nearby is Pavan Sarovar. And you'll find there the bhajan kutir of Sanatana Goswami. And it used to be just a broken down little place. But now the Vaishnavas have collected some nice donations. They made beautiful place there, and beautiful temple of Sanatana Goswami. And who was Sanatana Goswami's deities? So they have beautiful deities of Madan Mohan there. Very wonderful place now they've made. But originally Sanatana Goswami was just living in, like Rupa Goswami, underneath the trees. And the Brijvasi saw him, he's in the rain and the heat and the sun. And so they said, Baba, let us make you a kutir. So they made him a little kutir. So he was there in Pavan Sarovar. And he's the older brother of Sanatana Goswami, is the older brother of Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami was sitting there at Ter Kadamba, and he was thinking, I would like to offer something nice to my brother, to my older brother. But even if you go there now, there's just fields around. There's nothing is there. No village, no nothing. Nandagam is far away. Where is he going to get something nice? There's no Govindas. There's no bistro. No Murliwala. So all of a sudden, if you go there, you'll see, it used to be just a painting now. Now they carved it on a piece of marble stone. You see Rupa Goswami's there writing on his leaf pod, and behind is coming a little gopi girl with a pot on her head. So that little gopi girl came there, and she said, Baba, Baba, there was wedding today in the village, and some kheer was left over. So my mata told me to go give it to some Baba doing bhajan in the forest. So she handed that pot to Rupa Goswami. Now, especially our village girls, the girls are very, 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 very shy. She's all alone in the forest with this strange Baba, and she just gave him that pot of sweet rice, and ding, 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 she ran back to Nandagam. And Rupa Goswami, he looked at this pot of sweet rice. Now we put some cashews and some kishmish and some cardamom, what do you say? Elaichi. We think we got fancy sweet rice. But when we really want to make nice sweet rice, not just that, also we put kesher and we put makana and we put, what do you call those little seeds? Chironji. And so many things. Like that, this was very, very special sweet rice. So Rupa Goswami was very happy. So he ran to Sanatana Goswami's place. He said, Bhaiya, I brought some nice sweet rice for you. And Sanatana Goswami knows Rupa Goswami's out there in the forest. Where is he going to get sweet rice? Huh? So he asked, where you got some sweet rice? Well, one beautiful gopi girl came. She was very soft, golden complexion, and very sweet. And she said there was a marriage in the village and some sweet rice left over. And Sanatana Goswami said, marriage in the village? Because we sing in that Sad Goswami Astika that he was dira to the gentle and to the ruffians. They were very dear, the 6 Goswamis. Especially Sanatana Goswami. He wandered everywhere in Braj. He was very dear to everyone. He knows everything. When he'll come to some village, then the young children, they'll run outside the village to greet him, and they'll bend down and touch his feet. As he gets closer, those who are same age, they'll embrace him. Then the elders come and they pat him on the head. Oh, my dear son, why did you stay away for so long? And then he'll sit with all the villagers, and he'll hear all the village talk. That so-and-so plowed a field, so-and-so bought a new field, so-and-so built a new house, so-and-so had a fight with so-and-so. And even in small village, people can't live peacefully. So much politics. And we know Sanatana Goswami, he was the prime minister for Nawab Hussain Shah, so he was very clever. So he would settle all the disputes and rectify all the politics and everything. And then in the evening, he would have Hari Katha and Hari Kirtan. So he knows everything that's going on in the village. He said, no wedding today in the village. What did this girl look like? Oh, she was very soft and golden complexion, and she had beautiful lines in her hands. She was so soft and so sweet, so koma. Then Sanatana Goswami, he got some doubt. And he put his finger in that sweet rice. And he tasted it. Whole body began trembling. His hair stood on end. Tears were coming from his eyes. And then they both realized, oh no, that must have been Radharani. We were chanting Hare Krishna, the Radha Krishna, let us serve you. And we've taken service from Radharani. And they both began to cry. And mixed with their tears, they ate this nice kheer from Srimati Radharani. Until to this day, there's a little girl in the village named Radha, and every day she makes sweet rice for Rupa Goswami's bhajan sali in Ter Kadamba. And if you're fortunate, Baba will give you some of that. Very, very wonderful sweet rice there, this place. So this very special pastime happened there. So, still a pastor or somebody who was living there. Okay, one time, if you go there, you'll see there's several samadhis there. The biggest one, that is Krishna Gopal. He was he was in charge of Ter Kadamba before. Now there's Rishikesh Maharaj, although everybody just calls him Ter Kadamba Baba. But he's from the Imli Talia Gaudiya Math. He's member of that sangh. But he's doing his bhajan there now. But anyway, the last little samadhi there is one Baba. Oh, what was his name? Since COVID, all these funny things I forget. Anyway, I can't remember his name. But anyway, every day when the season was there, he would make garlands and take them up and give them to the pujaris for Krishna and Balaram. And he would do his bhajan there in Ter Kadamba. So when he became very old, he thought, I've been doing my sadhana here for so long, I never got anything, not even a little glimpse in the heart. I never got anything. I'm going to go to Barsana. Radharani is more merciful. I'm going to Barsana. So he packed up all his things, not like you guys with 2 Samsonite suitcases. Lotar Kambal, Sadhu Kasambal. And he started off toward Barsana. And there was 2 cowboys in the field. And they said, Baba, Baba, where are you going? Baba, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Barsana. Radharani's more merciful. But Baba, who's going to make the garlands for us? And he looked, and these boys were wearing the garlands that he made the day before. And he thought, well, the pujaris throw these out, and these boys pick them up. He said, I don't know who's making the garland. I'm going to Barsana. But Baba, Baba, who's going to make the garlands for us? And then he turned around and he looked, and he saw Sakshat Krishna and Balaram standing there, wearing the garlands that he made the day before. And he just fell on the path, and just was, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And then in the village, everyone got worried. Baba hasn't come for Madhukari today. Because all the Babas, they go every day, Radhisham Madhukari, Radhisham Madhukari, Haribo, Roti Do. Because in Braj is a very amazing place. I talk to so many sadhus who wander all over India. There's no other place like that. You can just go and beg rotis like that. And nowhere else you get in Braj like rotis like that. Because they don't use this thing. Just like our Gujarati friends, they make so thin like piece of paper the chapatis, But Braj, no this thing. Nice and thick, with homemade ghee and butter on top. And all the babas, they just go, Haribo, Rotido, Radhisham, Madhukari. They get nice rotis and sag and dal and Brijvasi kheer. Sometimes we go to our life member's house and we get some kheers like rice is swimming in the milk, But Brijvasi kheer is so gada, so thick, you don't even need a cup. You just put it on the pata like that. So they get all these things. All the villagers said, but Baba didn't come. Ter Kadamba Baba didn't come for Madhukari. So they called one boy, go see what's wrong. Maybe Baba's sick or something. And he found Baba lying on the road, shivering and shivering. He told him what happened. He told the little boy what happened. And then, Hare Krishna. He entered into the eternal pastimes of Krishna and Balaram.